Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a quick video today. Something's going on with Astroroof, my 84 Grand National. I want to figure out what's going on and how we can fix it real quick. So coming up on the car, I noticed that there's a bit of an interior leak. Something's leaking water from here. So I'm taking a look underneath here, taking a look to see what's wet, and I'm seeing it's coming from the frontmost part of the windshield. So I'm thinking we probably have a bad seal somewhere along here. The urethane is broken. It's withered to the point where water is leaking inside the car. Now, I never took the glass out. I never inspected it. I just went right into, repainting the car. And that is a costly mistake because now I'm dealing with water intrusion. Now down here, this is likely from, maybe bad weather stripping here, or there is a vent underneath the hood that, we need to rule out as a cause for that leak. But the fact that I'm seeing water this high up tells me that something's going on with that windshield seal. Let me take a look on the other side. Yep. Let me take this down. Hopefully I can get it out. Ah, come on. Just gonna slip this out right here. I can't see the definite spot of water intrusion. Oh, what just dropped over there? I wish it was raining more so I can actually see what's going on. But everything around the sunroof looks dry. I run my finger against it. That does feel wet to the touch. And if you take a look back here, I'm also getting some sort of leak coming from the back. Coming around here, I may have found the source of the leak. If you look real close, right there, you'll see that water is on the inside of the windshield. And if you look all the way down here, you'll see streaking from the fact that it's been happening a lot over the course of time. So I need to get this windshield resealed. Hopefully it doesn't need to be replaced or anything like that. I doubt it, but I will need to get that taken a look at. So what I'm seeing here so far, we need to get the front and rear glass resealed. And since I only plan on doing this once, what I've decided to do with the front windshield is I'm going to replace it with a integrated antenna windshield. Let me show you what that looks like. So it's a few months later, and if you look real close right here, you'll see the double lines. That's actually the antenna that's now integrated into the windshield. Now I have this wire down here. This right here will plug into your radio and you'll be able to get all the factory stations. I'll leave a part number in the description. I also learned this from Venom87. His video was pretty helpful on letting me know that this even existed. I don't listen to the radio much, but it is nice to have, especially on days where I may not have my phone fully charged and I don't want to pair Bluetooth to it. But not everything went by as smoothly as possible. There was some damage done by my windshield guy, my ex-windshield guy. So let me show you what that looks like. So as you all remember, I painted this entire car last year, and I guess he was trying to get up this piece and he couldn't. So he used a tool and he scratched it 3 times. He didn't even tell me about it. I had to ask him about it days later when I finally did realize it, because he finished when it was super wet outside. So I didn't see it instantly, but best believe the next time I went back out to the car and I started taking a look around, I saw the scratches on there. He immediately fessed up and we're making it right. So I'll get it repainted. I'll probably do it myself, depending on how TTop turns out. I'll decide if I want to repaint it or not myself. But we're making solid progress. And besides the leak that's going into the driver's side footwell, everything else seems to be sealed up really, really nicely. And one thing he also did was he took care of the hard water stains that were right along here. So all of that is pretty much gone. The amount of pollen on here is just ridiculous. Look how green everything looks. Yeah, my allergies have been kicking my butt this entire time. Look at this rag. That's ridiculous, man. Can't wait to get out of this.
And the driver's side footwell piece, I'm going to address that once I take the engine out. I have to replace the heater core because that does leak, and I'm gonna take apart that heating box. I may not have to remove it from the vehicle, but I at least want to take a look around there, clean it up, get it painted, and kind of see if there's any signs of water intrusion on that side or on the firewall. See if there's any rust or anything like that that's causing water to get into the car from there. So that'll all be taken care of when the engine comes out, before the new one goes in. Speaking of the engine, I want to give a shout out to Derek. He's been very helpful in making my life a lot easier, preventing me from having to learn the hard way on this engine. He's been giving me a lot of tips and tricks and things to look out for while I'm rebuilding the engine. So thank you. And hopefully when I get more of the parts in to get that to a better state, we can cover that in a future episode. And even more exciting news, I did just buy my tickets to GM Carlisle. So we're about 69 days away. I will be at GM Carlisle for both days. So if you're planning on coming, drop a note in the comments. I'd love to see you all, love to talk shop. And it's just gonna be a great opportunity to celebrate 50 years of the Buick Regal. And my big question is, what car do I take? Do I take the 84 with the water leaks fixed? Do I take T-Top that's inside the garage? Am I gonna be able to paint it and have it ready by then? We'll see. Told you, man, these allergies. Horrible. Gotta go inside. Now, T-Top is the 84 GN that needs paint work. In our last episode that I covered it, it was still a bunch of different colors. We finally gotten it to a point where it's in primer. It's been sealed, now it's been primed, and I can catch you all up on that right now. On this episode, we finally get paint on this thing. So I'm starting off with a primer sealer, then I'll move over to polyfill. We can block sand from there, and hopefully then we'll get some black paint on this thing. It's been a long time coming, but I think I'm maxed up everywhere that I need to. Because this garage is so small and because I have the lifts, I can't paint the entire car in one go like I used to. So I'll probably be concentrating on the driver's side first, and then I'll switch over to the passenger side. But shouldn't be a problem. I got more than enough time, more than enough paint, and let's get to it. Where I get my supplies from, I usually go to my local paint supply shop. They're usually pretty in tune with what's working well and what's not. So he usually looks out for me not only on the prices, but also on getting quality materials that I know is going to work well with, covering everything that was on this car before. All right, so it is pretty much all one color. We've gotten it down to filler primer, so I'll just go ahead and block sand all of this down, make some tiny tweaks. I've seen a bunch of little imperfections, so I began to mark them. Things like on the corner of this hood. I think there's like a little ding right here that I didn't fix. Yeah, you can see it right there. Just a bunch of random little things like that. But besides that, I'm very happy with the way the car looks right now. It's going to take minimal effort to get it to the point. See right there? There's another one. It's going to take very minimal effort to get it to a point where it's ready for a base coat and clear coat. And that's why I'm thinking there's probably only going to be one more episode until it's ready to start reassembly. We're looking really, really good here. So now you're officially caught up. After this episode, I plan to show you how I came to get the 87 Turbo Regal that's outside, just so you have some backstory on that. I'll start to dive into that in following episodes, since we're looking at the point where this TTop Grand National here, it only needs one more episode before it's fully painted. So we'll start to get into the 87 content right now. We can also get into the engine stuff. I'm just waiting on parts, like I said earlier. I want to keep things flowing. I want to keep you all in the loop on all the exciting things that I have planned and that are happening here. So thanks for watching. Talk to you on the next one.